So today's video is going to be a little bit of a hot take. So we have Humberto Gonzalez. He's like a journalist, a film reporter for The Rap. Now, to be fair, I am not too familiar with The Rap's history. They don't, I don't know much about them, so honestly, I don't care really, but he did make a serious claim towards the Snyder fandom. And I'm going to say a very hot take, so stay tuned till the very end of the video. Humberto Gonzalez says the fan favorite and cheer moment awards at this year's Oscar ceremonies appeared to have been rigged by automated online bot accounts backing the work of Justice League director Zack Snyder, The Rap has learned. And it's an article. So, you know what? You're not going to make your point across if, and look, I'm not even joking. This is The Rap. This is the link that sets you to his claim. And it says, did Zack Snyder stands rig the Oscar fan favorite? By the way, when you use the term stands, I can already tell you're biased. I can already tell he's biased against Zack Snyder. And actually, there's even proof. And I'm actually going to show you let me actually show you the proof a little bit right now. Let me actually zoom in a little bit on the computer. Let's see. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. Look what he has said in the past. Humberto Gonzalez says, now that the Snyderverse this is back in 2017, by the way. Now that the Snyderverse is gone, might I suggest giving Joss Whedon a prominent role? And then over here he says, Justice League was saved by Jeff Johns and Joss Whedon. So excited for Man of Steel 2, which Va brings back the classic suit. All right. And then over here it says, Jeff Johns. Okay, so I'm assuming Jeff Johns follows him or he follows Jeff Johns. I honestly can't tell by that. But either way, there's a connection there. And then over here, he put out this Instagram post back in 2018. So this was, I don't know how long you guys have been Snyder fans, but back in like 2018, there's a group of people who went out, they're big Snyder fans, and they went out and they showed their support by putting the sign out. And 2018 was around the time, no, not 2018, it was more 2019, but around 2018, 2019, that's when the fandom really, I mean, I've been part of this fandom since early 2018. I remember I got around the time where it was still a small group of people wanting the Snyder Cut, and then it was eventually evolving really. I remember I was surprised how many people. I still remember, it was like 2019. It was the anniversary of Justice League 2017. I remember we went trending so much to the point where you had Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Momoa, you had those actors, and then of course Zack Snyder posted, of course you gotta listen to the Queen of the Mascara, or the Prince of the Mascara, my bad. All of them saying release the Snyder Cut. That was like the biggest moment for the fandom, or around. It was one of the biggest moments. But you can tell here he has a little history of having been wrong about the Snyder fandom. Uh, but here's actually one thing that I'm actually gonna bring up. Okay, so this looks like a normal article. We'll read the top part. It says the most active voters in the Academy Awards, fan favorites, and cheer moment Twitter polls or autonomous web programs The Rap has learned. Looks like the most controversial Oscar night in history just got a little more controversial. The Rap has learned that the Academy's fan favorite and cheer moment awards, the Twitter polls allowing regular folks at home to vote online in the weeks ahead of March 27th ceremony for their own best picture choice as well as their favorite moment of all time, appear to have been rigged by automated online bot accounts backing the work of Justice League filmmaker Zack Snyder. And look, his pitch, his idea. Oh no, you gotta pay for it. Oh look, you can start a free trial. Oh my god, you're telling me I have to pay when you make such a big bold statement like this? So when I first read this, I was like, all right, it seems possible. Maybe we did. Maybe there were fans. Because look, it's no secret. I've been vocal about the toxic side in the fandom. I'm actually disappointed in our fandom at times. There are times where we do stupid things that frustrates me. And I've made videos in the past, calling out that toxic side of the fandom. I'm still a hardcore Zack Snyder fan. I know there's people who say I'm not, but all you have to see is what's that in the background? Oh look, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Batman vs Superman poster, Blu-ray copy back there, and look at all those toys down there. All of them are Zack Snyder McFarlane figures. So yeah, I think it's simple that I am a Snyder fan. But I have been vocal about the toxic side. But one thing I've also been vocal about for a much longer time period is people lying about our fandom. This goes back to over a year ago when Andy Signor and Jody's Corner, they constantly kept kept trying to call our fandom a cult. They kept trying to say that we're all bad, and I made videos on them criticizing them. And the reality is, there are still people out there who can't admit they were wrong, who can't admit that they were wrong about the Snyder Cut never happening. They kept saying it was our wildest dream, and they kept saying it was a pipe dream. They kept saying all this stuff. But of course, in I think it got announced summer of 2020, so around June, July-ish. I think maybe even earlier. Around that time, the Snyder Cut got announced, and then we eventually got it on 2021. I think it was March, early March, mid March, somewhere around there, and we got the movie. And so we proved that they were wrong. The Snyder Cut did in fact happen, and now we're living in paradise because now you can go to your local Walmart, your local Target, Best Buy, whatever store, and you can get yourself a Blu-ray 4K DVD copy of Zack Snyder's Justice League, or you don't even have to leave your home. You can literally just go on your PlayStation, your Roku, your Google Chromecast, and you can watch Zack Snyder's Justice League anytime, whether it's the black and white version or the regular version. I prefer the regular version because I like black and white, but I prefer to watch the movie in its full color tone. But, they've been proven to be wrong. But the thing is, now they want to make these claims that, Snyder fans, all of them are bad, all of them are toxic. And look, there's a minority in this fandom that's toxic. I've called it out. In fact, I've called it out so much that I've actually had more on sync. I'm anti-Snyder. When I've proven time and time again, I'm very pro-Snyder. I believe the Snyderverse is being restored. I 100% believe it will be restored. The only question I'm asking is when it will be restored, really. That's the only question I have. But this guy makes this claim that the fan favorite cheer. Now, to give you context, the fan favorite cheer moment award, there was an award that the Oscar ceremony did, which I thought was a nice touch. They were like, hey, you know what? Let's let fans vote on what's their favorite cheer moment. It's a little, just a fun little poll. You had the scene from No Way Home with the three Spider-Men swinging. You had the Avengers Endgame portal scene. You had, of course, our side, which is, the Snyder cut scene when Flash goes back, uses the Speed Force to prevent the Unity from being formed, and saving the Justice League. But now, my only criticism of this award was, I feel like if you're going to do these cheer moment awards, I feel like you should do them based on the movies that came out that year. Now, for the most part, they did that with No Way Home, and then the Snyder scene, the Flash scene. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a fan of No Way Home, Endgame, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. I love all of those movies. So, either way, I would have won just simply by one of those movies winning. And I forgot what the fourth one was. I cannot remember for the life of me what the fourth scene was, but there was a fourth part. My only criticism of this is because, obviously, this isn't just of 2021. This was also, Endgame came out 2019, I mean. And I believe it's like, if you're going to have a cheer moment, wouldn't you add scenes like Matrix when, the bullet time scene, or, even something as simple as, Wonder Woman's entrance in BVS. I mean, there's plenty of scenes that I think probably would have made the list, but I don't care. That was my only criticism, but I always found it fun. And of course, there's this narrative saying, oh, this is an important. And look, it's not a big award. This isn't like Best Picture. This isn't Best Actor. This isn't any of those major awards. But I always thought, hey, you know what? It's a fun little award. You have the fans interact. Because, look, let's not deny it. The Oscars viewership counts have been declining massively the last couple of years. The Oscars are not at what they should be. And the fact that the only reason why this Oscars had good viewerships was because of the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Because, something the Oscars didn't even plan themselves, that we know of. But it's kind of crazy that got people watching. This is the Oscars, the most prestige event in the movie community, and you're losing viewers. And I found this as a nice little touch. Have fans vote on one award, give them that award, and you know what? Let's move on. But now you have people saying, using this claim saying that, oh my God, they're using online bot accounts. This is where my hot take comes in. I guarantee you, if this had been a Marvel movie, this wouldn't have happened. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that. And look, I actually do believe there were bot accounts backing Justice League. But guess what? I guarantee you that also happened with No Way Home and Endgame, because the hardcore Marvel fans are very hardcore. The same thing with the DC fans. They're very hardcore and they're going to do anything they can to win. And I guarantee you that Marvel did this too. And my main criticism of this whole thing is that you don't bring this up. And I guarantee you, if a Marvel movie had won, because again, you've already, Humberto Gonzalez, the rap, y'all have already shown that clearly you weren't in favor of this award. You weren't. I mean, you completely already have confirmed that you cannot accept the fact that you were wrong about a movie that shouldn't have. You're mad that this fandom did the impossible, and we brought a movie to life that should have never seen the day of light. I don't get why you can't just move on. I don't get why you can't accept the loss, because look, we're all gonna lose. All right? I mean, the great LeBron James, Michael Jordan, all these professional athletes, they've had moments in their careers where they lose. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, two of the greatest soccer players ever, they've never won the World Cup. You know, uh, every professional, every human being, we're all gonna lose something. Whether you're going through a breakup, whether you get fired from your job, whatever, we're all gonna lose. And Humberto Gonzalez, this is your loss. But part of losing is understanding your loss, moving on from it. But instead, to me, it seems like you can't accept the fact that the fandom did the impossible. And so you make this article. And it's crazy. You're making this big, bold claim, and then you charge people just to see that. Imagine getting into an argument with someone. And when you ask them for their side of the story, their first response is, "Oh yeah, you got to give me $20. Give me $20 and I'll respond." That would be frustrating, right? That would be annoying. But Humberto Gonzalez, the rap, and maybe this isn't Humberto, maybe this is the rap, but you work for the rap, so I'm still going to associate yourself with that. You're charging people for a claim. You make this big, bold claim, and your response is to charge people for it. It's frustrating. It's just so frustrating, because why would you say something this big and then charge people? I'm sorry, that's a little suspicious. And not only that, but you have a history of not having been a Zack. And again, I don't care if you're a Snyder fan. There's a lot of people who follow me on YouTube who hate Zack Snyder's movies. I'll tell you, my good friend Kavari, he's always on my live chats and all that, and he does not like the Snyderverse. He's not a fan of the Snyderverse. And guess what? I'm fine with them. I'm cool with them. There's even people in my own personal life who just don't like Batman vs. Superman. And guess what? I'm completely fine with that. But if you're going to make claims like this and you're proven wrong, again, he was proven wrong. He wanted Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns. He believed they saved the DCEU. With your history of this, you're clearly doing this for malicious intent. Because clearly what you're trying to do with this is trying to tell people, look, everybody, the Snyder fandom is toxic. They're bad. And look, there's a toxic side, and I've called out that toxic side. But the thing is, you use this as for malicious intent, and you can't even explain yourself without charging people for it. Because you know damn well what's going to happen is a lot of the people, because there's a lot of people who harass Snyder fans, and trust me, I've had people harass me just for liking Batman vs. Superman, Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Use this. Use the people who are anti-Snyder. You charge them. You make money out of it. You milk this for profit. And then you know what happens after that? Those people that are anti-Snyder, they're going to use this information and use this tweet and say, see everyone, the Snyder cult is bad. Again, how am I supposed to believe your claim if you're going to charge me for it? I don't, what's the logic? It's honestly frustrating to me to see articles like this. And you can even see it's cause and effect, because earlier, not for some reason I can't see them now, But you can see people using the scene. Look, guys, they're being bad. Oh my god. Um, and I hate how everyone's saying, "Look, Snyder fans, you've ruined it for everyone. Now we can't have fan awards." I guarantee you, there were people who used Marvel. Like, I guarantee you, there were Marvel bots who also tried forcing themselves and voting for No Way Home or Endgame or one of those movies. But the reality is, there's a lot of people there who still can't accept that they lost and that they were proven wrong. But honestly, that's my hot take. Um, and look, I don't agree that people should be using bots at all. When there's an award like this, you just vote. You vote. You tell your friends to vote. You tell everyone around you to vote, and that's it. You vote. You move on. Go. If you lose, you lose. But I guarantee you, if a Marvel movie, because if you notice, there's a lot more biased hatred towards the Snyder movies, mainly because these these movies aren't loved by the general public, and typically you want to force your opinion. You want to be the one who's right. You want to be the savior, and especially when after, because back in 2017, everyone said the Snyderverse was dead. We're not going to get the Snyder cut, everything like that, and a lot of those people now can't accept that they were wrong. That they were wrong about the fandom. They were wrong about the movie not existing, because now you can go to your local store and get yourself a Blu-ray copy. You can go on your phone, download HBO Max, and watch the movie anytime you want to. It, it's it baffles me that people just can't accept that they were wrong. And why? And again, the big thing is, a lot of these people use this as ammo. They're like, "Oh, well, this award doesn't matter." Like when the Speed Force scene won, the big claim was, "Oh, this doesn't matter. This isn't a real Oscar." Okay, if it doesn't matter, then why do you have to bring up stuff like this? If it doesn't matter, then why wouldn't you just ignore us celebrating? Just let us celebrate. Honestly, it was just a little fun award, and I feel like, this is kind of like, I'm gonna use this example. Let's, a lot of times when you're with your group of friends, I would play with a friend basketball. And look, we weren't playing for money. We weren't playing because we're in the NBA or anything. We were just playing for fun. And when one of us would win, we would, of course, celebrate. We'd be like, yay, we won. Of course, I'm not going to gain anything, but it's a nice little win. This is what I see the equivalent as. So, to the people criticizing for celebrating us for the win, again, if it's so unimportant, this award, then why do you care so much if we celebrate it? Just let us celebrate. I guarantee you wouldn't be doing this for No Way Home nor Endgame. And this is coming from a Marvel fan. I mean, look, I have this Captain America hot toy from Avengers Endgame. I even have an Infinity War poster back there. I'm clearly a Marvel fan too. I'm not saying this just because I'm a Snyder fan or Snyder bro, as some of you would like to say. But we've proven time and time again. Look at Jody's Corner. Look how laughable he became. He was proven wrong so much to the point where he became a meme, and now I never hear anyone talk about him. Because the only thing that gave him relevancy was criticizing the Snyder fandom and making false, bold accusations. And again, I think a lot of these people who can't accept they were wrong, they just can't move on. They can't move on from this. But anyways, that's going to be it for my videos. I know it's a hot take. I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me, but, thinking through this, I just had to call it out. I just had to. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.